HARD BREW REVIEWS.
HARD BREW REVIEWs.
HARD BREW Reviews.
I started first before you.
No.
Yeah, no, I heard
Silly.
mine, I heard my thing just start, it just definitely started. I heard a ding, you're recording, and it actually said, like, before Joey is. Like, my computer told me that, so.
Well, you fucking win. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm actually ecstatic. I love to win. It's the only thing I care about, really.
You won the who gets to start recording first race.
Yep. Just like the
Big
prophecy foretold.
Accomplishment.
Welcome to HARD Brew Reviews, where it matters who presses the big red button first. This week, it was Dylan. Next week, it'll be Dylan again. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see about that, hot shot.
All right. Hey, let's keep it friendly, okay?
Yeah,
welcome to the show.
Save it for the next race. Welcome to the show, everybody. We're back again.
Woo!
It's unlucky episode number 13, so it's gonna be bad. Or scary,
spooky,
or something bad's gonna happen. We'll find out later in the show. I don't have anything planned. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
But,
wow. I wish you did. I wish you did have something planned. That would have been cool, but it's okay. I could have had something planned too, but it just would have been cool if someone other than me, had done the work,
I have a plan. I mean, I'm planning on being funny and witty and like fast and like strong and attractive, and I think that based on my resume, I can achieve that,
Yeah, I guess, you're all those things all the time. I'm just wondering about, because it's the 13th episode, it's like, you should, maybe be all those things and a little spooky or something. Like, I could maybe lay back on the funny and the witty and the, whatever, all those things. I could lay back on that this week and maybe just focus on being scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, could you focus on, like, just being really freaking scary?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not prepared for this at all. A lot of my shit's visual, so it's not going to really play with our
scary
audience
stuff
here. But yeah, I mean, I could make scary noises like it's kind of like a ghost vampire. It's a combo. I want to suck your flesh blood, but I can't because I'm a ghost.
Dylan, I'm peeing. I'm peeing. Stop. I'm so scared. I'm peeing.
Dude, I mean, what's scarier to me is that you don't have your diaper on, Joey. You got to throw that shit on there.
Yep. It's almost like I depend on it.
Yo, nice. And this episode is sponsored by Depends. If you drink too much beer and you shit yourself, go to depends.com/promo code RHBR_pod, and you will get 100,000 free pairs of diapers for free. So go check that out.
That's awesome. What I like to do is, like, if I'm doing this like hard night of partying, like let's say like this podcast, or like, going out when we were allowed to go to the clubs, like way back when, I'd slap one of those bad boys on the night before, so I don't even have to worry about it. Saturday morning, you just get up, take it off, throw it away, hop in the shower, you're good to go,
Yeah, and you don't even need to really wipe, because like the diaper just takes care of all of it for you.
It's built in. It's a built-in wipe.
Yeah, exactly. When you take the diaper off, it basically just does all that wiping does, but that's why, like, you don't have to wipe babies' butts either. But either way, check out Depends. Check out that sponsor we have going. If you're another big old company that wants to, work with us here. We're self-starters, kind of like very energized entrepreneurs here, very high energy, and take business very seriously. So, as you can see, we started an empire, a podcast empire in what, I don't know, a few months here. So
exactly, yeah.
Get at us, you know.
We've got a lot of reach, yeah. And first of all, if you are a big company, a big corporation, I just want to say, first of all, thank you for your service. And second of all, we simp you. And we'd love to expect something in return for human decency. So please send along those sponsorships. What else is going on, Dylan? What's new?
What's new? Well, I've just been recording music for the past long-ass time. So my brain is a little fried. I've been thinking about sound and not words. So if I just start making random sounds at you, it's probably because I just haven't been thinking about words lately, more just like noises. So that's kind of where my brain's at. But
and you're kind of like Daredevil in that way, where it's mostly sounds, you know.
I can't believe this is the second time we've referenced Daredevil on this show.
Hey, it could be more than two. I don't remember.
Okay, I remember. But so last week, I just want to address something. I did a whole big, 6 out of 5 review for the feel of Michelob Ultra. And then I guess Doughboys podcast heard it because one of the fucking guys on there said that he gave one of the foods 6 out of 5. And I was at first very angry, but then I realized, thanks to our good buddy Steven C's, the only person that's written into the show, we love you, buddy, Steven C's charts there of all our reviews, you, Joey, you
me
gave you the first beer we reviewed, you gave, I forget what category, but you gave something a 6 out of 5, our first episode.
Oh, wow. So you really didn't break any boundaries.
I was copying you, Joey.
You were copying me, and then Doughboys, the podcast that we eternally have ripped off, is copying us again. It's just so weird.
I don't know.
We actually posted our episode after that one came out, after theirs came out. So we might want to edit this out. This might not look good on us. It might, it might look like we're the ones plagiarizing and trying to throw off the scent,
Look, I wouldn't have brought it up if I wasn't confident about the fact that I did it before listening to that, and at the very least, you did it months before all this nonsense. So,
well,
I was about to sue, but
yeah, best case scenario, amazing, incredible, bright, shining, upcoming comedy minds all think alike,
all white men, you mean? All white comedians, white male comedians.
Well, listen,
who all listen to podcasts.
Yeah, we know most people who are listening to this have probably heard Doughboys. You have a lot of similarities with Mitch. It's the beard,
Whoa, hold on a minute.
The Tom Brady stuff or whatever.
What? I don't like Tom Brady. He kisses his son on the lips. That's gross, Joey. Just say
showing family
I'm
your love
fat
is gross?
like him. Yes, it is disgusting. I think that family, you don't kiss them. You don't kiss your family unless it's your significant other or your dog on the lips or or
if you're Italian.
Maybe or if you're fucking Italian, you kiss your family on the goddamn lips. You know what I'm saying? He's fucking doing, man.
I know exactly what you're saying.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, to be honest, but I'm having fun, and that's all that matters,
Did you say it's because you're fat? Is Mitch fat?
I've
never seen what they look
and actually,
like.
I'm not. Yeah, no, they're both supermodels, and I actually am also. You've only ever seen me from my neck down, but that's the other thing we have in common is that we're
I've
both,
only ever seen
jacked
you from your
as fuck.
neck down.
Oh shit! I meant the opposite. My neck up.
Dylan just
You've
has
never
no
seen my
idea where to
face.
put a webcam. He's trying to everywhere except right in front of him. You know.
Well,
And,
I talk out of my stomach. I talk, like I move my stomach up and down to simulate it like it's a mouth. So I have to keep up this illusion.
Well, that's because as a child you were so in love with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that you wanted to be like the evil supervillain Krang. So you had your brain and your head essentially placed in your stomach like Krang in his bodysuit. So that's really the only way
and,
we can record feasibly.
Yeah, and even before that, it felt like my head was always in my stomach. You know what I mean? I'm just always looking to munch on some stuff. But yeah,
Me too.
Basically, my mouth is in my stomach, on my stomach actually, and I do talk out of my belly button, which is actually my mouth. But I'm excited to review this beer. It's a classic, an American classic. They did it was on South Park. Where else was it at? It was on what did they call it? There was a whole episode about being white trash and in trouble. You remember that?
Nope.
You ever watch South Park, bro? You're not into the South Park humor?
I remember the one where they put their balls in the microwave and then they get testicular cancer and then they bounce around on them and they get free weed.
Wow. That's awesome. I've never seen that one. I've only ever seen that episode of South Park and the movie where Satan is like having sex with Saddam Hussein in hell.
I've actually only ever seen 7 Days to Air, the documentary about them making the show, and it was really I've never seen the show, so it was really boring.
Yeah, I can imagine that. South Park, hey, get some new animation. That shit looks terrible.
It looked so bad, bro.
And then maybe I could deal with the edgy comedy if I wasn't looking at dog shit all the time. Am I right?
Yeah, make that shit 3D. Who's doing 2D anymore? I mean, come on. You know?
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
Get out of the past.
I pulled up some fun shit maybe we could do later. Thrillllist.com from 2013, so it's pretty relevant. Things you didn't know about PBR. So I'm going to have a lot of fun reading this list in a little while, but
why don't we do that right now?
Oh, you want me to do it now, Joey? I can do that.
You said it, and I feel like I'm so excited, and I won't be able to think about anything else unless you read it right now.
Yeah, I feel you. I have so many windows open, I can't find your face. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna read this. This is on Thrillist.com, and yes, we are doing PBR. I did say that already. 15 things you didn't know about PBR. PABST Blue Ribbon. That's what it stands for. That's number one. Crazy.
I didn't know that.
Who would have thought? Just kidding. That wasn't number one.
I was gonna say
the brew. The brew that unites hipsters, thrifty boozers, just as much as it divides people who hate hipsters, serious beer drinkers. Most beer fans made up their minds on PBR long ago, but did those people know about all the boxing matches, ugly dogs, and actual ribbons tied up in Pabst's long history? Wow, this is going to be crazy. Pabst Blue Ribbon takes its name from Frederick Pabst. Wow, it's a guy's name. That's fascinating, isn't it, Joey? Who would have thought that something's named after a guy?
Yeah, I love when things are named after a dude or a dude's name. It's so
it's so
fun
sick.
and original.
Yeah. Ooh,
I'm
here we
being
go.
sarcastic.
Continuing on this. You're going to love this one, sarcasm. Pabst liked naming things after himself so much that he didn't stop there. The still running Pabst Theater in Milwaukee was obviously all him, but he created the Pabst Whitefish Bay Resort in 1889. Wow, 1889. What an old fuck. Wonder if he's still kicking.
Doubt it.
Yeah,
That's
that guy's
one dead
as
motherfucker.
doornails. Yeah. Dead. You're in the ground. After picking up some awards, PABST began the practice of tying a blue silk ribbon around the neck of every Best Select beer in 1882. Wow. I guess they put ribbons on beers. That's fascinating.
Whoa.
To stay alive, this is number 4. I'm gonna go through these quick. To stay alive during Prohibition, they started making cheese under the needlessly cruel to people with lisps. Hold on, this is weird. This is a sentence with a lot of dashes in between the words. To stay alive during Prohibition, they started making cheese under the needlessly cruel to people with lisps name PABST. This is a crazy sentence. Soft drinks
Sounds like
and
that
malt
sentence
extract
isn't
made
very
up of
friendly to them either.
No. Wow, I guess they made cheese. Wow. But then sold it to Kraft. This is real. I'm like, this is more entertaining than South Park for me.
Oh, easily.
And, it's like words always look good. That animation looks like junk, but, like, I'm just a fan of all fonts and texts.
Yeah,
from
it's like
1948,
words are coming in here and they're like, hey, video, respect my authority.
Yeah. And
Remember from the show.
That is, that is from South Park for sure. This is number 5. From 1948 to 1955, PABST was the title sponsor of PABST Blue Ribbon Bouts, a weekly boxing match that aired on the TVs. Why did it say that? A weekly boxing match that aired on the TVs. It sounds like
more than one TV, so we know for sure. It wasn't just one guy's TV.
I mean, when I assume, when somebody says that was on TV, I don't think like, well, whose TV was it on? I mean,
Oh, really?
Was it on just yours or was it on the whole thing? I mean, that's not normally what I think. When somebody says that was on the TV, I just kind of think like, oh, it was like nationally broadcasted or just like on the internet. Anybody with the TV and the ability to have cable or go on the internet could see kind of what's on there if it's on TV. But I think maybe I should start saying on the TVs. I think it's a little bit more grammatically correct, don't you?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think you're wrong. I think the other thing makes more sense. And there are a lot of TVs, and in this day and age, when there's a lot of misinformation being spread in these difficult times, this day and age, during these hard times, we're all in this together, and we need to,
Yeah, it's hard.
Just like, I don't know, like be specific. We need to be specific. There's so much fake info out there. We need to tell what TV is it on, and if it's on more than one, you gotta list them all.
Yeah, I totally agree.
By serial number.
I mean, Yeah. Oh, yes, and like brand, because they don't, they got to be credited with what, if you're watching something on like a Samsung TV, and you say, I was watching this on TV. No, you say, I was watching this, I was watching South Park on my Samsung C43182QR-X3 television, 52-inch. I have it in my family room. I was watching, and that's just like useful information for everybody to have. It's like,
and
you're
that's
leaving
actually
shit out if you're
the exact model I have, Dylan, which is really surprising. I mean, that you knew that.
I make it a habit to learn all of my good friends' serial numbers just in case they ever slip up on this. I can correct them and just kind of say like, look, are you giving credit to everybody? Are you giving credit to the TV manufacturer, the TV brand? Are you really including all the information that's pertinent to this kind of like anecdote about you watching, Game of Thrones or something? It's just kind of like, just making sure everybody's held accountable for, what they buy and giving credit to the companies who are gracious enough to sell them that stuff.
It's our duty as cishet white men, we relish in correcting our friends and telling our friends things that they may already know. And I think that's like not something that we should really like be like I think it should be celebrated.
Of,
because if people don't hear what they already know, how are they going to remember that they know it,
Yeah, exactly. And how am I supposed to know that if they remember it or not? So you're right. It is our duties to remind all of our friends that of things that they already know, especially the TV, the TV serial numbers, and just, I'm going to be extra careful and make sure I'm really diligent in reminding all my friends to say on the TVs, because it's not just on theirs, and it's very self-centered to just say on the TV, and I just can't believe I've been doing it for this long, and I gotta shape up.
It's really embarrassing, yeah, and I want to say thank you for joining me in this fight because, it's not something I talk about a lot, but it is something that I have been, campaigning for years and in my own personal free time. But I want, if anyone out there is inspired by this, just reach out to us at RHBR_pod on Twitter, rockhardbrewreviews@gmail.com. Just let us know, you're in solidarity with us about being specific about which TVs things are on. And
it's important.
We'll go from there. We'll build a community.
Yeah. I can just finish this list. Number 7, PABST has human shit in it. Oh my God.
Whoa. That's weird.
Oh my God. Yeah, it says human shit is taken from local sewers. Blah 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 blah. Put into the brew. Oh my God, the hops they actually use is just a mixture of piss and shit.
Wow. Well, hey, Doug, you really dug up some real controversy this week in in Dylan's controversy corner.
Oh my God! All right,
this is some jarring stuff.
I guess I'll move on to number 8. This 1983 ad features George Costanza with hair. It seems a little...
What the H?
It just seems a little like anticlimactic to have number 7 be about the human piss and shit in the beer, and the number 8 just is kind of like, could you imagine George Costanza with hair? It's a little weird.
Well, to be fair, Dylan, that is a little funny to think about. What if?
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen that.
Yeah, what if he did? Yeah.
And I would laugh if I did, and I think it's newsworthy,
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
playing a lot of devil's advocate tonight, and I just want to apologize to you.
I fucking hate it, Joey. Normally you're just on my side without even thinking about it, and now you're hounding me with about every little thing I say.
I've been listening to too many of these liberal podcasts where they pick apart everything. And I fear that the dark side is calling me.
Mm-hmm. I just think they're one of those radical leftist. Yeah, they do. Believe me. I think you're just becoming too much of a radical leftist Democrat. But I think I can finish this. The weirdo David Lynch is even a fan of PBR. Wow, he made it a line in the movie Blue Velvet. Yeah, he's crazy. You talk about hair on that guy. Imagine David Lynch's hair on George Costanza.
Yeah,
now that's a BuzzFeed
give
article.
Some to George, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That would be something.
Give
that would
some to George. Give some to George. Yeah.
This list sucks. This list is so boring. I made up the thing about human piss and shit to try and spice it up. It's a boring. I lied to you. It was a joke, and I ruined the joke. Yeah, I lied to you, and I lied to everyone listening. And if they stop listening after I say that, if they stop listening after I say that, they won't know I'm lying. But this is kind of a secret for anybody that chooses to keep listening. But it sucks. This list just fucking sucks. I'm looking at Frank Ocean, I guess, PBR&B. Something like that. This is 2013. People were just making up fucking shitty words left and right. Here we go. Movies and TV.
And they're like, let's film it.
Yep. Here we go. Movies and TV have been none too kind to PBR, casting it as either a trashy beer, like in this South Park bit, or a dirty hipster brew. Even The Simpsons couldn't resist. But it did get some love on screen from my favorite, Daddy, Clint Eastwood. And he's sexy still, and I would fuck his old ass.
Is that... Does he drink PBR in the one where he wrote it so he could just play... himself pretty much, like the one where he's just like, he's got the car and he's
Gran Torino
screaming slurs against Asian people.
Yes, Gran Torino. Yes, he's actually the general manager of the local PBR factory in that movie.
Yeah. Have you heard of Gran Torino 5? It's supposed to be really good. You can like go steal cars and kill people and say really racist and outdated things.
Oh, nice. Yes. I
It's
have
like
played
the-
that Gran Torino 5. Oh, that's a good one. I thought for a second maybe you were going like Fast and Furious, like 2 Gran, 2 Torino or something, like Gran. Yeah, I don't know. That's a way we could have gone.
Clint would have a heart attack, and they'd have to give him a nos, a shot of nos to wake him up in the chest, like Uma
Yeah.
Thurman in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Well, should we start going to beeradvocate.com, Joey?
I'm way ahead of you. I'm already logged on.
Holy shit. Without talking to me first, though, you went on Beer Advocate?
Oh,
That's kinda
sorry.
weird.
Yeah, I disabled your parental controls.
Yeah, I mean, I still do have that keylogger on there, though, so anything you type, I can see. So you have no secrets from me unless you use voice input. But
really?
that's fine. Next time, just run it by me if you're
Just
going
like-
on that website. But
Okay, cool. I didn't look up anything weird earlier today, so don't even bother looking. Anyway, we're on beeradvocate.com, and once again, our old buddy here. So this beer is called
Yes.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. And I was going to say, when you said the guy
Woo!
Pabst likes to name stuff after himself, I was like, hey,
Yeah.
what about the schmear?
And I didn't know what you were talking about for a second, but now I do. Ouch.
And
right?
by that, of course,
that
I
hurts.
mean when you go to a bagel shop and you get beer-flavored cream cheese. That's a Pabst schmear.
Yeah, they smear it on there for you. Yep. I love a
right.
good Long Island bagel with some schmear.
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So,
Good shit. Good fucking shit.
thank you so much, dude.
Yeah.
Your opinion means the most to me. So, fuck
Woo.
all these people listening. So
Yeah.
this
we love you.
beer is called Pabst Blue Ribbon, and it is a lager adjunct. It is 4.74% ABV.
Wow.
And it is an average score of 2.94. It's ranked 49,046. And
All right.
the overall score is 68, which is poor, it says. So
Yeah.
it's a
right.
poorly
All right.
rated beer. So we're giving the people what they want. We're doing a bad beer. Last week,
Wait.
we did Michelob, which was surprisingly bad. I didn't think it was going to be bad, but surprisingly bad. And
Yeah.
I think okay. So, but that's
Wait, I have a
in
question.
the past. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there any easy way for you think? Is there like a hyperlink on the rating of the beer? I want to see what number 1 is. I want to see what the best beer is.
Yeah.
Is there any
let me
way for you to
see.
like click on that easily and have the list come up?
Yeah, actually.
What's the
top
best
250
beer
rated
according to
beers.
Beer Advocate? Let's see the shit. I want to look the shit up. I want
Okay, so
to
it
drink it
says
one day.
number 1 is Kentucky Brunch Brand Stout from Toppling
Okay.
Goliath Brewing Company. It's 12%
Wow.
alcohol.
Wow.
All right, I'm
yeah.
gonna
Wow.
send
It
you
has
this a link.
Wow. Ranked number 1. Holy shit. Yeah,
Yep.
this is crazy. How
All
do
right,
I get to
so-
the text? Oh, here we go. Wow. This is crazy. All right. I mean, that's all,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily something funny, just interesting, and we do ride that line. Most of the time it's hilarious and stupid, but sometimes I like to be hilarious and informative. just in case anyone was wondering and wasn't near a computer, that you could just Google this yourself very easily with Kentucky Brunch Brand Stout, toppling Goliath Brewing Company, number 1, 4.9 out of 5. Wow.
I don't. This is strange. I don't know why. I don't know if I trust this list. It's just based on all the information on the site, I think. But
I feel you. It's not real. I just wanted to say, I just wanted to see it.
Well, let me read some other names here, okay? So at 2, we got Marshmallow Hanji from Three Floyds Brewing Company. Number 6.
Have you ever tried that?
Yeah,
have you ever asked your significant other to give you a marshmallow hanji?
No, how is it? I'm assuming you've tried it.
It's fucking amazing. It's a little sticky. I didn't know it was a beer, but I have gotten a few marshmallow hanjies in my time, and boy, they feel great. I sometimes prefer it than actual vaginal sex.
That one's clocking in at 15% alcohol.
Wow. Yeah, that's hey, put you in the mood for a hanji, that's for sure.
Yeah. Gets me just as drunk as one, So
yeah,
we got a King Julius, we got Morning Delight, we got Very Hazy, we have Juice Machine, we have Assassin, we have Very Green, Abner, Trappist, West Velveren 12. Okay.
Wow.
This is Duck Duck Goose, Perobia.
Why do beer
Morning
people
Wood?
suck at naming? You got to let me name some of these. They're too sexy. Some of them they're either like nonsense or vaguely sexual.
What's your beer name then?
My beer name would be the Biggest Chungus. And it would be
all these small chung guy.
Get
all these
it would
chung
be
guy
all
outta
types
here.
of beer. It would be all types of beer mixed into one beer.
Ooh.
Called the Biggest Chungus, and it's just like a big jug of all different types of beer ever in the world, just like a little drop of one, every single kind, and it's all in one jar. And I haven't ever tasted it, but that's my goal one day, is to make the Biggest Chungus. So
kind of like when you are at a restaurant as a kid and you go down the line and just put every soda into one cup. Kind of feels like that.
Yes, exactly.
So like one day
like
you
that.
hope to live in a world where you can walk into a bar and say, "Hey, give me the Biggest Chungus," and they just go down the line to each tap and pour a little bit in to the glass.
Exactly, Joey. That's literally exactly what I want. And it's special because every different bar you go to, they're gonna have different stuff on tap. But I hope one day you can walk into any of them, in any bar, and say, I'll have your Biggest Chungus, please. And they will pour equal amounts of every kind of beer they have on tap, and every can, and every bottle they have. I'm not stopping at just the drafts. I'm going every single lick of alcohol you got that's not liquor. You are pouring into that jug, and I am paying $100 for it, and I am enjoying the Biggest Chungus that night.
Flat rate of $100. Yeah.
It's, I gotta mark that shit up. I take 80% of every Biggest Chungus sold, so they're only making $20.
Yeah, you license it out. I want to go into a bar and say, "Give me your Biggest Chungus." Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be wonderful someday in the future we all deserve. So,
yeah.
Dylan,
all right, go back to the reviews. I sidetracked you for too long.
It's okay. I'm gonna read a couple reviews from the site, okay, of this beer. I'm going to start with a high review, okay? So I'm going to start with some 5 out of 5 reviews, okay? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. I mean, sure. I'm glad you asked, but yeah, it's great, Joey. Just do it.
Okay. So this one comes from Glencox Double O from Wisconsin.
Wow.
This is a 5 out of 5 rating. It's from June 5th, 2019. Okay. 5s across the board. Glencox 00 says, "This beer is probably one of the better quality macros out there. Smell, metallic,
Yeah.
barley, corn, Miracle Whip, and hops for smell.
Holy shit.
Look, pale
Where did
gold
people
with
come up
vigorous
with this
bubbles. What's that?
I'm wondering where people come up with this shit. Are they like tripping? Like, I feel like every beer review is somebody like macro dosing on psychedelics just to review their macro fucking beer. And they're like,
tastes
this
like
beer is
fucking
like
marshmallow.
yeah, it tastes like moonbeams and sunshine and a little adjunct fucking like dirt shavings. It's just like, I have no idea what the fuck half these people are talking about. But, I respect the enthusiasm. I really wonder what drives someone to write such like a verbose review of a fucking PBR. It's just insane.
Well, different strokes, This
That's
one,
true. Like the marshmallow hangy. That's a different stroke.
It's a great stroke, yeah. So this next one is another 5 out of 5 from Detroiter from Texas. And I just want to read the beginning of it because it says, rating this from a 40-ounce bottle. Due to movies like Gran Torino making this beer hip, that said 40-ounce bottle was $3.79 in Kokomo, Indiana at Supley's Liquors, and they just can't keep them on the shelves. The same bottle here in Durham, North Carolina is $1.89. So big price differences after that movie came out.
Wow. And this is the type of motherfucker who would say I watched South Park on the TVs. Like South Park was on the TVs. I watch it on my TV, but this is on the TVs. He strikes me as that kind of guy where anybody who's like, yeah, I bought it at like Stelson's Market in like Milwaukee
Supley's Liquors.
for, yeah, well, I don't give a fuck. It was just like,
no, Dylan, it's important.
Oh,
It's Supley's Liquors in Kokomo, Indiana. Don't forget that.
Yeah, this show is sponsored by Supley's Liquors in Indiana. If you just want to go to supleysliquors.com/rockhardbrewreview_HBR pod, you will be able to get 100 free beers for free. Free beers for free. So thanks for sponsoring the show, Supley.
They said you can just go in and take them. Don't even ask. It's fine. They'll know you listen to the show just based on the look, the attitude about you,
Yeah.
So, yeah, this person goes on to talk more about price differences in different parts of the country and a bunch of boring shit. So we're going to move on.
Wow.
Dylan,
wow, interesting. Yeah.
A horror review. Okay?
Okay.
And this one might be a little controversial.
I'm ready.
Gear up, Dylan.
I'm geared. I'm fucking ready, yo.
This is by Cessna, CESSNA 79. No location on this user.
Wow.
So, Cessna 79, November 4th, 2019. 1.67 out of 5. Look, 3. Smell, 1. Taste, 1. Feel, 5. Overall, 1.75. So,
ouch.
Brace yourself.
All right. I'm braced. I actually tie myself into my chair each episode so I can not be surprised by anything.
I was so geared up to read it, and you just took the wind out of my sails.
Oh, Joey, I'm sorry. Start again, brother.
Okay, Cessna 79, November 4th, 2019. When I was in college, I had an
Get ready to read it, brother. Oh, sorry. I thought I was just...
It's actually a really
sorry.
inappropriate review, and we have to get it over with, so we're not building it up too much.
Okay.
Because I want people to forget that I said this.
Okay.
When I was in college, I had an unshaven, patchouli-smelling hippie woman sit on my face and grind away one night. ... It was weird. All these years later, and this is exactly what this beer tastes like. Your call.
Oh, there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
He's like, Brad, he's like, yeah, I fuck this lady. I'm gonna, like make fun of her. I think the most cringy thing that this lady did was sleep with this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
because he's a
he was
jerk.
clearly
He's a real jerk.
He's enough of an idiot to like post about this on a beer review website.
Yeah, but I'm sure everyone thinks he's, people probably think he's cool for that. It's kind of like a humble brag. Like, yeah, I have sex, and also I don't like beer. It's like I'm a cynical guy who has sex. Isn't that attractive? I love it.
Yeah, you know what? I don't love it. You're right. This guy is mean. He complains that she was unshaven, but like, dude, what do you want? You want it to be bald? That's not what occurs IRL,
Yeah.
I don't know. Pressuring women to shave is like pretty whack as hell.
Whoa, a little Joey's I don't know. Joey's corner here. Joey's saying something real corner here. But I do agree with you. It's some fucking, Western culture fucking pedophile prepubescent weirdo shit that's like, girls gotta look fucking, I mean, this is a fucking beer show, Joey. Let's not get into it.
Well, hey, listen, I just want to say that
We're not the ones to talk about this.
I had to Google one of the words in here because it said unshaven patchouli smelling hippie woman. So I had to Google patchouli, Patchouli, and I guess it's an herb that hippies use to cover up the smell of the sinful drug.
Yeah, caffeine.
Something like that.
Yeah, you mean
more
weed,
of a downer.
Joey. Can I just say, every episode of the show I've recorded, I've been high on weed. And
wow.
I don't need patchouli to cover it up because I'm an adult. And I can do what I want. So, anyway, and I do live in California with Joey. Anyway, keep
in case the cops are listening.
Was that? Yeah. Hey, cops. I live in Los Angeles, California. But yeah. So, damn, should we get to our reviews, the more important ones?
I guess so. We should have a transition theme song, shouldn't we?
I mean, hey. Sure, why not? I mean, there's no reason to not. Maybe we could collab on it. You did such a good job on the theme song, maybe we could make something even more twisted for the
I did such a really good job. It would be like almost a shame if we tainted it with like someone else's like influence.
Yeah. I love it, Joey. It's great. It's true to us and how much effort we put into the podcast, It's a great song. I stand by that. I love it. It brings me joy when I hear it.
Well, let me tell you, folks, that's real music. You're not going to hear that kind of music on the Top 40 Ryan Seacrest Countdown, okay? This is real stuff.
Yeah. You're not going to hear that on all the radios. You might hear it on one radio if you have an aux cord and you're playing it on yours. But on all the radios, certainly not going to hear it because
no.
Because it's not, I mean, technically you could play it on all the radios, but more so like the internet as the radio, not really like you can't turn into like, AM 97.0 or, whatever, 970. You couldn't hear us talking. You couldn't hear the theme song, but you could have it on all radios if you wanted to. But
yeah, all I know is you're not going to hear whoever's replacing Nick Cannon after those remarks is not going to be spinning this on your morning drive.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you that, okay?
That's true.
It's a little
not
too
yet.
Twisted.
Yes. And before I reference Joker, I'm gonna open my beer.
Okay, get that.
Do you have cans, Joey?
I have a can. About halfway through one of these tall boys. So
one tall guy. Wow.
I'll make a noise with my mouth.
And you have bigger flaws than me this week, which is unprecedented.
Ooh, unprecedented.
And yeah, it's unpresidential. I don't like it. All right. I'm going to open this shit. Here we go. Ooh. Oh,
Wow.
Joey's, you're very real and great. Every hardworking American knows that fucking sound. So, yeah, here we
That's
are.
right,
I
Dylan.
actually drank one. Yeah, I drank one while we were recording, and I am drinking one now. You heard me open it, and I am gonna drink the one I just opened, lest it be
Good.
wasted.
Don't waste it. You can't. You're not supposed to.
I wouldn't dare. You know, it's okay.
We respect beer too much.
Yeah, I mean, that's fucking true. So damn, what is it? Fucking taste first.
Look, my friend, look.
One of these days, I'll remember the order.
Well, to be
I knew
fair,
what patchouli was, but I
only remember because it's like right in front of me. So,
okay, all right. PBR,
no
baby.
worries.
We got the look. The look is classic. I mean, look at red, white, and blue, the best colors.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some. It looks. The beer looks like founding fathers-y. It looks very American to me. There's cursive on it, which is very old-timey shit. Cursive, for those of you who don't know, is like normal, regular, like, you know, just like good enough letters, but made all fancy looking for some dumb shit reason.
Yeah, it's not the band that we all know and love, Cursive.
Wow. What an irrelevant band.
Whoop-Tool was canceled ages ago. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Dylan. This is a classic look, and it's interesting to me that you said it was a positive thing that it looked like the founding fathers would have drank it, because those were actually some pretty weird dudes who did some pretty weird stuff, like owned people and stuff, Dylan. So I don't really know if you like understood what you were saying back then, but I want you to know now that like that's what it sounded like to me.
I mean, I've changed since I said that, and I will be putting out a Notes app apology on our Twitter, so everybody just stay tuned. I have an Android. I don't even have Notes app on my phone, but I will buy an iPhone just for the Notes app, just for the aesthetic. The apology doesn't seem authentic. That's true. I could just use Photoshop. That's true. I think it'd just be more authentic if I bought a phone just for the Notes
buy
app.
a phone.
I mean, it's not really an apology if it's not in the iPhone Notes app.
Fuck it.
But
buy a phone.
I will with the podcast, with all of the money we have saved up.
That depends money.
So
yeah, after this week, oh boy.
Yeah. The beer, you know, it looks like I'm winning an award at the county fair when I look at it because it has a blue ribbon on it.
Good.
You know, I found out that there was a guy named PABST. That's exciting. You know, it's okay. I think it's ingrained in my brain. I've drank this beer so many times. This might be the beer out of all the beers we reviewed. Somehow, it might be the one that I've drank the most throughout my life. Because I am hipster. I am poor. I smell like patchouli. I have pubic hair. Yeah, I'm just a dirty hippie hipster guy. So I have had this a lot. I'm gonna give it a 3 for the look. I think it's classic. I don't like all the America shit. But you know, it's simple. It's recognizable. There's words on it that I'll never read. Something about being original PBR. America's finest beer in 1893. It's old shit. In the 1800s we're talking. That's some old shit. But yeah, I gave it a 3.
Wow, yeah. Too old for me. Anyway. Yeah, that's a great score, Dylan. Yeah, this is like you said, you summed it up pretty well. There's some like stuff like there's some like barley or whatever around the bottom. On my can, I've got the big 24-ounce can, the most flaws in the world, and yeah, it does say this is the original PABST Blue Ribbon, nature's choicest products provide its prized flavor. Only the finest of hops and grains are used, selected as America's best in 1893. So
1893.
Dylan, yeah, I can read, and
wow,
the fact that this beer is over 100 years older than myself I just want to
Yep.
say respect up to the OG, which is this.
Yeah. Respect.
And yeah, it's even though I don't like America and the flag, the red, white, and blue is like nice to look at. You know,
That's
you know,
true.
like Superman,
That's
Spider-Man. It's red and blue. You know, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Complement each other, kind of nice. You know. So
Yeah.
you know, well, maybe I'm just a primary colors guy. You know, that could be it.
Yeah, and I've always known you to be that. Whenever I tell my friends about you, I'm like, yeah, he's cool. He's a primary colors kind of guy. I think you'd like him.
Yeah,
I always say
yeah. Sick dudes. Thank you. Yeah. So so yeah, I do like it. It's like a beer that I like looking at, you know. And I
Yeah.
think that's why it's so iconic, partially. And why hipsters liked it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna have to go a little higher than you. I'm gonna go with a 3.25 for the look.
Wow. And just a little higher, just so that you could have that little fucking quarter on me. That's great, Joey. Cool.
Gotcha again.
So,
All right, let's move on to smell.
So what is it next? Taste? Fuck! And I did just max out, but for the first time. So there's
Whoa.
that.
Dude, editing is gonna be a fucking breeze this week.
Yeah, no worries about me clipping or anything other than that one spot. We got feel. Which one was it?
Smell. The
Smell,
only clipping
yeah,
I
smell.
want is when I'm using Microsoft's and Clippy comes up to help me out.
Yes, and that is called clipping. Yo, I was talking with Clippy last night. You could say I was clipping. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And he was like, you slept with any hippies lately? Make sure you get that patchouli smell off you. And you're like, thanks for the help, Clippy. You're always
Make sure
looking
you
out for me
tell
and my
them to
penis.
shave their undergarments areas.
Yeah. And he would stumble like that because it is uncomfortable for Clippy to talk about human anatomy because he's a fucking paperclip.
He'll never really understand or feel love. So so I just smelled this beer, Dylan. It's kind of a fucking dog food ass smelling beer, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, doesn't smell great, that's for sure. I don't think these poor hipsters are smelling this shit. That's for sure.
They're just putting clothespins on their nose and guzzling it down.
Yes, that's another use for Clippy, is clipping your nose so you don't have to smell this garbage.
And that's also called clipping.
Yeah. It's a very versatile word. But yeah, so I don't think it smells bad. I don't think it smells as bad. I still think that like you can't if you're a full beer, like not a light beer, I should say. Like if you're a non-light beer, you're gonna smell better than a light beer, in my opinion. Light beer, at least all the ones that we've smelled, have smelled horrendous. This is like somewhere in between bad and like unpleasant and just kind of bad, or whichever word you think is worse. You can change the grid. I put my nose up to it, and I'm smelling it. And, it's okay. It's kind of shitty for sure. I'm gonna give it a 2 for the smell. I'm gonna give it a 2, definitely.
Yeah, I think this is a smell that's very clouded by the can smell. I think it's got a strong aluminium smell.
Yes.
But it does to me. It does. Did you give it a number?
I gave it a 2.
Okay, yeah. Listen, folks, I'm gonna be honest with you here, okay? This don't smell good, okay? Even with the can taken into consideration, it smells like either wet dog or dog food. And excuse me for burping so freaking much this episode.
Yeah.
Especially while I'm speaking. So
burpability of this beer.
I didn't take my Prilosec until later than I should have. High burp index on this beer. Yeah, it doesn't smell good.
Yep.
I'm going to give it a 1.25 for the smell because it's bad.
Wow. Good
Yeah.
score for the, not good score, but it's technically a bad score, but I respect your bad score.
It's like, it's like on Family Feud when they say good answer when it's like the worst fucking answer.
Yeah, that's true. Who's that? Steve Harvey? He's still doing that?
You know it is.
Respect to that guy. Do you see Kanye? Kanye posted a picture of him yesterday. They were eating at like a Chick-fil-A.
No. I didn't see that.
And Steve Harvey was kind of sitting funny, and Kanye tweeted the picture, and I think it was like Zach Fox on Twitter was like, "Why is Steve Harvey sitting like and he's like folding his meat or so?" Like I forget. It was a funny tweet. It was a very funny tweet on Twitter.
All I know is
but hey, check that photo out.
I'll check it out. Listen, I'm gonna be over there as soon as we're done with this. I'm gonna be over on Twitter, just hunting it down. But listen,
thank God.
The only thing I know is Steve Harvey is like a notorious misogynist, and is like not a good guy at all. So,
I did not know any of that. I'm gonna have to Google that while you're looking at the picture.
Yeah, actually, it's interesting. I don't usually plug YouTubers on here, but if you watch a YouTuber named Nakey Jakey, his reviews or his videos about Steve Harvey are very informative.
Damn, I'm gonna have to check this out. Naked Jakey, does he wear clothes at least?
He wears clothes in the videos. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's important to distinguish that it's in the videos because he does at some points in his life he must be naked. Like he is Naked Jakey when he's in the shower. But it's just kind of like a fun name outside of the shower.
Unless he's like a never nude, like Tobias Funke from Arrested Development.
Oh, yes, where he wore the jean shorts in the shower. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. You would never do that.
Classic comedy bit.
That show. Yeah, that show. It's filled with things you would never do. It's what makes it funny. But hey, Joey, I'd love to hear your review.
Of what?
Of the. Oh wait.
We're on to taste now, Dylan. We're on to taste.
I'd love to hear your review. I'd love to hear your review of the taste.
Okay, all right. So I'll give that to you now. Let me take a sip. I don't think this beer tastes as bad as people say. Hot take.
I agree with you.
I think it. Megan, my close confidant Megan, says that it tastes like sweat. And I kind of get what she means, but not really.
I kind of do too. Before you told me that, I didn't, but now I'm tasting it. I'm like, oh, I kind of do taste that a little bit.
Sweaty, yeah.
I wish you would have told me that after I reviewed the taste, but maybe I'm glad you didn't or did.
Yeah, well, you want all the information you can possibly get before you make a decision like that. So
that's true.
Yeah, for me, it's not the best. It's not the worst. It's no trash like Coors Light or, spoiler alert for the future, natural Natty. It's not as terrible as those, but it's not great either. So this is the beer that I drank 15 of on an empty stomach when I was in high school, hanging out with my older friends. Dylan may or may not have been included, and on a 4th of July night, and almost fell on some fireworks because I was so drunk that we were lighting off. And then the next day I woke up and puked under our friend Maggie's car on the street in the village of Fairport at like 10 a.m.
Fun story, Joey, but let me just remind our listeners. Do not drink too much. Do not drink and drive. And do not drink if you're under 21 in the States.
And don't drink on an empty stomach, for God's sake.
That's the most important one, for sure, I would say. Definitely.
Yeah, so...
you can do all the others if you have a full meal in your stomach.
So that was all just to say that there is a nostalgic factor in here for me. So that does color
Yeah.
my score a little bit. I'm gonna have to go with for me, this is. I guess it has to be below average for taste.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 2 for taste.
Wow. Hell yes. All right, that's respectable, Joey. Back to me, Dylan. So yeah, basically, I'm drinking this. I don't know. I just smelled it. I gave my smell review already. I just smelled it again. I don't really know
So
why.
random. Random.
Yeah. Yeah. Very XD. Very :3. Very raw as a dinosaur. Say as raw as how I say I love you. Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty good. I also don't think it tastes as bad as a lot of people say. You know, it is maybe one of the slightly better tasting macro brews to me, at least. Maybe it's like unoffensive a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't say better tasting. I should just say like it has less of a character than some of them in like a good way, which is weird. I do taste that sweat though for sure, and ugh. I think I would have given it a 3, but after you said that, I can't get that taste out of my mouth. So I'm going to have to give it a 2.5. Minus 0.5 for the human sweat that they put in the fucking the brew to give it that extra zing.
Yeah, you joked about the piss and shit, but it really was sweat all along.
Yeah, and I should, and I'm refining my taste buds with this show. That's kind of another goal for me personally, is to taste the finest beers that our country has to offer and refine my palate in such a way that I can be one of those jerk-offs on Beer Advocate saying things like, tastes like Miracle Whip and dust or whatever. I want to be one of those guys.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I want to be somebody who posts a review on Marshmallow Hangy that's like informative, but maybe I also like allude to the fact that I think it's kind of a funny name for like a hand job you would get with the marshmallow. Like, I would love to be one of those guys, but first I need to refine my palate and learn a little bit more about beer, and how it tastes and how it hits my mouth. But I'm more concerned maybe now immediately with how it hits my hands, Joey, for this next segment.
Great
Feel
segue.
category. My personal favorite, the feel. Wow, and I'm excited to pour this beer on my hand. I'm not, I think I don't think it's gonna be good. I'm just gonna say that, but here I go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, it's a little slimy.
Yeah. It smells worse on my hand, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, holy shit. That smells bad.
That really smells like puke sweat.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Wow.
So, yeah.
I don't like this.
Not a great feel for me, Dylan.
No.
Just kind of weak,
No.
if you ask me. Like I talk a lot about on the show about like the acidity of the carbonation and like the carbonation's level and its coordinating ability to, or corresponding, ability to eat away the flesh at your skin on your body or not when it's when it touches it. This one did not even come close. This one very weak, but not in a good way. I believe when we reviewed White Claw in episode 3, I said that it felt very light and, like very low bubble irritation, which is true for this beer, but in a different way. Because again, Dylan, I am smelling it. I do feel the slime factor you're talking about. So I'm going to have to give this feel. It pains me to do this, a 1.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I can't blame you, really. It feels bad.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And I don't blame you, and you don't blame you, and who's to blame, really, other than PABST himself in the fucking ground, in the dirt. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to join you on this one. It smells horrendous on my hand, and I don't make a habit of pouring things on my hand and then smelling them, so I can't tell if maybe any beer I poured on my hand and I smelled, it would smell bad. But being the one that I did that with, it was vile. It was pretty bad. You know, but this isn't smell. This is feel. I will say that you know, my hand does feel a little smoother after I put it on there, but not in the same way that some of the previous ones have. I don't really like it. It's a little too sticky. I'm gonna have to join you. I'm gonna have to give it. I might give it a little. I think I'm gonna give it a 1.5, a little higher than you, a little bit better of a score. Just so that I could say I won again. But it's not. It's not the best. It's definitely not the best.
No, certainly not.
Yes.
And that's all there is to say about that, Dylan. So why don't we move on? Wow, time flies. Move on to our overall scores for this beer.
Wow, let's do it. I can't wait. And one day maybe we could wear overalls when we do this, because then we could be wearing overalls as we give our overall.
Yes.
I don't know. This should be just like a double entendre.
Yes.
That we could try to do.
Yes.
I'm just constantly, I mean, you guys know this. I'm just constantly filled with really good kind of useful, creative ideas. So that's just another one I had. And I just felt like saying it on air. Joey, you love this idea. I might have to ship some overalls to you, buddy.
Yes, bro.
Yes, bro. All right. Well,
I think
carry that energy over to the overall review.
We'd look so cute matching together. So
yes.
For my overall review, I'm gonna have to say this beer gets a bad rap. Okay. This beer is it's for hipsters. Oh, it's for poor people. Oh, it's for South Park writers. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever is what I say to that. Back off, haters.
Mm-hmm.
Miranda sings, haters back
For
off.
real.
So, this beer, it's a staple of our culture, and I think to just write it off as a bad hipster beer would be irresponsible. And I just want everyone to know that this beer is not a bad beer, but it's also not a good beer either. And I think people need to stop telling themselves that it is a good beer.
Yep.
But it's also a cheap beer. It's a party beer. It's a beer that brings people together, It doesn't drive them apart like a craft beer or something else like that might cause controversy. Everyone is going to enjoy sipping on this beer as long as it's cold and as long as it's, there's no other option. So,
yeah.
I'm going to have to give this beer overall, it outperforms other beers in its caliber, I'm going to give it a straight up 2.75.
Wow. Okay.
It's well above average.
Good score. Yeah. That's amazing. Wow. Thank you for doing that, Joey. I'm really glad you inspired me with those words. I do think that this beer does get a bad rap. Kind of I don't know. Remember Hobson? That's kind of bad rap too.
Yeah. Vanilla Ice.
Hobson on YouTube. That's bad rap for sure. This beer gets a bad rap, whereas that's just kind of bad rap. But
Hobson was the one who put the white contacts in, right?
Exactly. Yes, and it was revolutionary in middle school, and now is maybe some of the worst shit I've ever heard. But that's okay,
right.
But anyway, just thinking about bad rap. So it's not as bad exactly as people say it is. I don't, everybody I know likes it. I don't know anybody who doesn't like it, unless they're a beer snob, in which case I don't ask them about it, just because I don't really care what they have to say. So yeah, I gotta be true to myself and my roots. I've had this beer a lot. It's been there for me when I'm not just trying to get drunk. I'm trying to feel cool as I'm getting drunk. I'm trying to feel like every other dirty hipster in America drinking this beer, and I'm trying to pretend like I'm hanging out with Clint Eastwood with his cool car, maybe without the racism. I'll go on the record and say definitely without the racism. It makes me feel like that. It makes me feel like I'm a character on South Park. It makes me feel like I'm a character in whatever other movie I referenced that also referenced PBR or whatever show. Oh, Simpsons. I feel like I'm a simp when I'm drinking this beer on The Simpsons. So I'm gonna have to give this beer. I'm gonna have to give it a 3 overall, 0.25 higher than you, because whereas it felt bad, it smelled bad, doesn't taste too bad, doesn't look too bad, it's all right.
You're right.
It's all right.
You're right. It is all right, and it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it's all right, right, Joey?
Yeah. Some great things have to end, and
like the show, like the show
that review that you just did, and like the show, yeah. So yeah, we've really made some progress here today. I think we've really learned a lot about ourselves, where we need to go emotionally next, what we need to do to build a better life for ourselves. So I want to thank you all for joining us for that and for encouraging us along the way. The show is soon going to be available in its entirety on YouTube. So if you're listening to this and you would rather listen to it on YouTube, or someone who only listens to stuff on YouTube, tell them, because I'm doing a lot of unnecessary work to put it up there. So yeah.
Thank you, can we all say, and if you're at home, say this out loud. Thank you, Joey. Say it right now. Thank you, Joey. All right, yeah, they said it. They said it, and they mean it.
Thank you, guys. You're welcome.
Yeah, cool. I mean, follow us on Twitter, HBAR. Hey, follow us. Sorry, let me. God damn it. Hey, follow us on Twitter, RHBR_pod on Twitter.
You got it.
I did it. And follow us on YouTube. Joey will tell you maybe in the future what that is.
It's Rock Hard Brew Reviews.
Tell your
is the name
friends.
of the channel.
Wow, and it might already exist, so subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Twitter,
comment, rate, review,
Yeah. Yeah, and if you feel weird reviewing this podcast or any, I feel weird reviewing anything with my real name on the internet. It makes me feel strange. So, maybe I got to make like a burner review account and just review things on that. But if you feel similarly to me and you don't want your real name attached to any of your opinions on the internet, make a fake account and post your review there. But hey, it would mean a lot.
Except for this opinion you put online with your face and voice attached to it and real name.
Yeah. Out of sight, out of mind, Joey. This podcast, it releases into the ether, and that's that. If I'm typing something out and it's staying there, I can. That weirds me out so much more. But you're right. I'm just more of a talky guy, less a typey guy.
Yeah,
I'm a talker.
You can't copy and paste a podcast. And that's really
true.
what we learned today, folks. Okay, from the Rock Hard Brew Reviews studio, for Dylan Vasey and all my other beer heads out there, we will talk to you next week.
Yes. Good night and goodbye, America. Goodbye.
And have a pleasant tomorrow.
Hard Brew Reviews.
Rock Hard Brew Reviews.